Too, sorry. All right, so what are your thoughts on community service during college?
Okay. Well, I've always felt that community service, having social responsibility, is like really, really important for everyone. I grew up that way. I don't exactly know where I got it. I could probably trace it back, but I don't think we have time to look in my own personal history. But it's always been an imperative in my life, from whatever I've done all through volunteering, through high school and college and as an adult, working in situations where I worked with disenfranchised people, teens usually. And so when students get to college, they focus on themselves, as they should focus on, but it's easy to lose sight of the world out there and our need to be responsible either on a local or global level to the folks out there. And when we do that, we gain a perspective that, again, we lose when we focus on ourselves. This is for college and otherwise as we rush about and do our things. And I've been doing the service learning initiative with my first term students because they are transitioning from wherever that is, typically high school, into Berklee, and they feel overwhelmed by the experience, and there's a lot of conflictual stuff going on. And for them to take time out from that and give it themselves voluntarily to people in need gives them that sense of perspective. It lends a sense of balance to their lives, enriches them and empowers them, because the bottom line is social service is us empowering someone else. All right, that's really what it is. It isn't doing something for someone, but as being a facilitator in some way to have other people have an opportunity to be strong, to voice who they are, to grow in that way, whether it's through the arts or otherwise. And the service learning in Berklee is music oriented, of course, and so the students are sharing their passion with music with, in this case, the DYS teens, which is a beautiful thing. I've also done social service with girls, Latina girls in Roxbury. I did that a year ago, and 2 years ago, sorry, yeah, it was two years ago. And there too, this wasn't music, but it was an oral history project. But nonetheless, my students felt deeply connected to these girls, and amazingly so, really. I think they worked with the girls maybe 5 times, and there was a process of gaining their trust. Of course, that's true for anywhere, and really feeling responsible for them in some level, like that was their priority. And that's really the bottom line too. I say whoever you work for, that is your priority. It takes over everything. More important than your gigs you might get, whatever it is, even our classwork. We have to do that because, again, the disenfranchised have faced so many abandonments. Trust is really hard for them. They can't believe that they can be loved, and so that absolute commitment that we make to them really sends a strong message. And my students now experientially can understand it. It was really through experience. You can read books, and we read books, and we watch films, and we do all kinds of things that center on celebrating the common man, the extraordinary nature of what we call the common person. But we really can't understand it until we experience it directly. And already my students have been saying, wow, you know, these teens in DYS, they have a lot to say. They're really bright. They're really talented musically. Some of them heard the rap, that kind of thing that they were doing. And it helps break open stereotypes, assumptions that we make. So there is so much good that comes out of it for the person who does and the person who is the receiver, but that sounds rather passive, but the person that has the opportunity to connect, you know, with my students here or anyone who does social service. So.